So I've just gotten, like I said, it'll take about 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's just about surgical site infection.
Okay.
Let me get everything kind of turned and helped out here. All right. Well, like I introduced myself already, but my name is Sarah. I'm a student at McKendree University. I'm going for my bachelor's. I actually work in the operating room here.
Okay.
So I know the deal and everything. So I'm actually an employee here as well. So
Okay.
get this swapped over. All right. Like I said, we're going to be talking about surgical site infections and what we can do. I told you that I'll be recording, but you will not be in it, just your
Okay.
voice. So, like I said, just to protect your privacy in that
Okay.
too. So I want you to be able, by the end of this presentation, to be able to understand what the surgical site infection is,
Okay.
some signs and symptoms if you do start to develop, and a couple ways that you can help prevent.
Okay.
So surgical site infection, it's infection anywhere at the site or the surrounding tissue, because sometimes it doesn't always show up right at the site. It'll kind of spread around, especially you're having some abdominal surgery.
Yeah.
So I know, unfortunately, you've been through this a little too many times.
Yes.
But sometimes, especially since we're going into that cavity and that, it can spread to other places too. We do everything we can to help prevent that.
Okay.
So unfortunately, if you do develop one, a lot of the times it can extend your hospital stay. We don't want that. You've been here too much.
Yes.
And unfortunately, sometimes end up coming back.
Yeah.
You haven't had any complications thus far.
No.
So, and yeah, it's very expensive to us,
is.
to you,
God,
to have to stay. So we don't want that.
Yeah.
It actually only happens in about 1 to 3% of the population.
Okay.
It's a pretty small number, but it does happen. Just to put it in perspective, it's about 160 to 300,000 people a year.
Oh, wow.
So it's, like I
So
said,
it
1 to
can
3.
happen,
Yeah,
yeah.
1 to 3% seems very small, but
Okay.
it's up there. Unfortunately, there's things that you can't do to control it, but there are some that you can. But I want you to understand what it looks like if you do start to develop. That way you can tell, and especially once you go home. Once you're here, we're going to be checking on you continuously. I know he said that you might be here for about a week.
Yeah.
But you're bullheaded like me, it
Yeah.
sounds like. So getting out of here as soon as you can. So redness, fever, warmth at that site.
Okay.
If it's not seeming like it wants to heal,
Okay.
if it starts to swell or it starts to put out some kind of discharge, sometimes a little bit is normal, like if it's bloody or clear or that. If that increases at all, you definitely need to let somebody know, because that could be a complication. It may not just be
On
an
the
infection.
outside,
It may not be just infection, especially if you start seeing more bloody discharge.
Okay.
So that could show other signs of things too.
Okay.
Or if it's tender, or if that wound actually starts to open itself back up. That's another major sign.
Okay.
Again, I know you've been through too many of these, but so you know
What to look for?
Yeah.
You.
I mean, some tenderness and pain afterwards.
It's to be expected, but you
Yeah.
know what? It's, if it start to be like increasing pain that won't go away, that type
Absolutely.
of thing.
You got it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, people are like, oh, I don't want to have any pain afterwards. I'm like, well, let's be a little realistic. I mean, we're going to do everything to control it and keep it at a tolerable level, but you're going to have pain. We're counting on you.
You're not going to just trust me, I've asked.
Yeah. So again, like I said, there's some things that you can't help. The good thing is age is really not a problem for you. You're young and healthy, other than what's going on right now. The length of surgery. This one definitely will not be as long as your first one. So, but it still takes time. You know, he gets in there and he makes sure that everything's
I would
back.
prefer him to take his time versus rushing
Absolutely.
just to, to be
And he
done.
does. He definitely
and he does
takes
a
his
wonderful
time.
job. I
He
love
does.
Dr. Bhattacharya.
Yeah, he's a great doctor. And then the type of surgery, obviously with what we're working on, especially with bowel and that, it increases your risk a little bit too, because it's technically a dirty site.
Yeah.
With this, they do a really good job of kind of getting everything kind of closed off so nothing gets anywhere else.
Yeah.
Even during the surgery.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they have got bowel prep and things like that going on for you. Since
I had to
everything-
do all of that the day before
Okay.
yesterday for the colonoscopy.
I didn't know if how quickly, because I know you got
just
scheduled.
had a colonoscopy yesterday morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know you got added on pretty quickly, and
Yeah.
you're having surgery now.
I'm just fine with that.
So, but yeah, that's part of what we do to help prevent that infection. It's not a pleasant thing for you,
No.
but
hey,
it does.
it's okay.
It helps tremendously. But again, there's things that you can do, like your nutrition, not smoking. Hygiene is a big one, and exercising. You seem like you're pretty fit, and you seem like you get around pretty well. Like I said, you're young, and that's a big factor.
Yeah.
So, but some of the things that we do, so everybody should be washing their hands, no matter what. When we come in and out of your room, we should be washing our hands.
Yeah.
Once we're down in the actual operating room, we do surgical scrubs. So we use special soaps and that to wash our hands. We actually wash all the way up to our elbows. We clean under
I've
our
seen you
nails.
guys do that.
Yeah.
Surgery,
Yeah. So and then with the surgeon or anybody that's actually scrubbed into the procedure, they stay sterile into the gown, and then they have the gown, the mask, and the hair coverings and everything. We wear scrubs that are laundered here. Like I get to come in and whatever I want during every morning. I change when I get here. So we actually launder our own. So that helps control the infection because we're not bringing outside germs in either.
Right.
So another thing is the we actually use antiseptic on your skin right at the time of right before the time of
It's
incision.
like that little orange stuff that you
Yep.
see. Okay.
When you wake up, like, what is going on? why am I Oompa Loompa?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's actually been proven to help decrease infection quite a bit.
Okay.
And then plus the surgical scrubs and everything too.
Right.
And then we'll give you antibiotics once we go to the operating room. I know a lot of people are like, they said something about antibiotics. I haven't got anything. We actually do it right before surgery.
Okay.
So, and then we do education with you. So that's one of our big things. What we're doing right now. So, nutrition is a great way to prepare for surgery. Unfortunately, I know you just had to do that lovely cleanse and all that. So that's kind of that's always fun. But get yourself hydrated as much as possible.
Yeah.
You're not having any sickness from
not
anymore.
Just said to drink the protein drinks and just keep doing things I would normally do, not to eat after midnight. That kind of. So I'm used to the whole process.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yours is going to be a little bit different. You'll actually be able to get because you're having colon surgery and that they do it a little different, and she'll kind of go over a lot of that with you too, because you'll actually be able to have clear liquids up to a couple hours before.
Okay.
So this helps keep you hydrated. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, she'll go over all of that with you as well. But because the more hydrated you are, I mean, you were a pretty easy stick for her.
Yeah.
The more hydrated you are, the better it is, the easier it is for us to get an IV and things like that. Unfortunately, we tell you not to eat or drink after midnight, and then you have an afternoon surgery, and all of a sudden you have no veins because there's nothing. I'm like, I'm so dehydrated.
We're following the instructions.
But and then like vitamin C helps with wound healing. Vitamin B helps with like blood cell formation. That helps decrease the risk of needing blood transfusions and that. So like vitamin C, oranges are a big one.
I love fruit anyway.
So that's great. Yeah, just increasing your fruits and veggies. That's a big thing. And then one of the other things is your carbohydrates. She's going to give you those drinks, those Ensure drinks and things like that. Those are actually like a carb loading, and they help with your energy levels. So obviously the better your body's working and the more energy you got, the better you heal. It's it's important for that because with the stress level of surgery, it actually decreases your metabolism.
Wow, I didn't know
So
that.
and the actual stress, I say stress not just in your anxiety, that obviously adds to it, but surgery is stress on your body. So it actually, like I said, it actually slows everything down. That's why a lot of the times, like I know after your hysterectomy and things like that, they want you to use a restroom. They want to hear everything gurgling and going. They want to make sure
walk and all that stuff, so I don't get blood clots.
And that's actually why they do that, is because they want to make sure everything's starting to work again, because it slows you down. So that's a big thing.
It's a lot of sense.
And then you weren't diabetic or anything like that, so we don't have to go over that. This is just a nice little resource for you. It's called ChooseMyPlate.gov. It's actually really neat. It'd be great for kids too, like to trying to get them to eat healthy. But it tells you about servings. It gives you ideas. There's recipes. There's all kinds of fun stuff on here. And I'll give you a copy of everything.
They actually have it on the little menus that I used to, when I was in the hospital. It's right there on the menu, so you get to see some of the things that what's good for you, portion control, and things like that. So
absolutely,
it's everywhere.
It's nutrition. It's a big part of life.
It is. It definitely is.
This is everything you put into your body. It makes a difference. And
yes, it does. I've learned that.
But the medications and all that, that's part of it too. It's hard.
It is.
And are you a smoker at all?
I used to be, but not anymore.
So again, the smoking just decreases the amount of oxygen.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Slows down that healing process. Did you quit?
A little bit prior to me finding out I had cancer. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. It wasn't cigarettes. I just like to smoke those darn Black and Milds. I don't know. That was a stress reliever for me because I had a stressful job. So it was just the nicotine, I guess. But when I found that out, I'm like, oh my God, what if that was a factor? Let me throw that away.
So, understand. Well, and it's good now, especially since what your body's been through, and that you're not.
I'm just like really scared, like to put any of these days put anything. I physically don't know what caused it, so I'm just like thinking back all the stuff that I did do. I'm like, I won't do that anymore.
Well, I mean, there's. Unfortunately, some of that stuff could have contributed to it, but sometimes it's genetics, and there's nothing you can do.
I know.
So, like I said, you're young, and I saw your birth date on there, and I was like, whew. Like I said, you're a couple years younger than me, so I'm like, whew. Like I said, it's I try to tell patients too, with smoking, like, it's not just you. It's the people around you. So if there's people smoking around you.
Even if you don't smoke, you could get it from that way. I mean,
especially if they smoke in the house.
Exactly.
So
that's why I don't allow smoke. I mean, I have family members that come up and visit me. You can smoke, but you have to go outside on the deck. I don't care how cold it is.
Yeah, good for you. And
I mean, smoke in my house.
It does. It's
not only that, I just don't like to walk in the house and it smells like smoke. Like,
I know.
It stinks.
I have a friend that, I'm actually an ex-smoker myself too, so I'm guilty as well, but a friend of mine, she still smokes, but they finally started smoking outside, and she's like, oh my gosh, my house, I could not believe how much stuff just reeked of it. I'm like, it's
everywhere. I mean, and people don't realize if you're smoking in your house, wipe your walls and you see all that soot and stuff
residue.
On your walls.
So that's why I try to say, my patients, I'm like, it's huge as far as wound healing, because it's everywhere. It encompasses your whole life. And like I said, it's not just your smoking, it's the ones around you as well.
Exactly.
So, well, you already quit, so I don't really have to go over some smoking cessation, but here's a resource if you know anybody that wants to quit around you. So
I try to tell them about colon cancer and smoking and all kinds of stuff. I just tell people, just don't take going to the bathroom for granted, because when it's taken away from you, you really want it back.
Yeah,
Trust
absolutely.
me, I know.
Yeah. Right. Well, hygiene, that's another big thing. This is including hand washing. This is the perioperative bathing. This is the dressings. This is everything. So obviously,
hand sanitizer everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, I work in a hotel. I'm actually a front desk manager at the Hampton Inn in Carbondale. When I get to work, I have to share a phone with like 6 other people. So I Lysol everything down, wipes everything before I touch anything.
It definitely makes you more aware, doesn't it?
Yeah, just because I mean they keep telling me, you know, my immune system is not the way it used to be, and me getting a cold would take harder for me to get over. So I was just like, no, that's okay. I'd rather just clean everything.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, at least you're proactive. I love it. You know, unfortunately, so many people aren't. You know,
and when you got kids, you definitely that's your number one goal is to keep them from
little,
getting sick. Yes, because you'll
they're
be
little
next.
walking germs.
Yeah, oh gosh,
they
tell
bring
me
it from
about
everywhere. They touch everything.
Yes. Oh my God. Book bags. I'm holding them at the front door, spraying them down. They're like, we just been at school. I'm like, I know, around lots of children.
Yes. Yes. They like little petri dishes.
Oh God. Oh, man.
So yeah, again, you washing your hands, everybody washing their hands
Right.
anytime they come in and out of the room. Anybody that would be helping you take care of everything.
You do.
Follow the doctor's instructions on the cover, but you know, obviously, if it gets saturated and you need to change it, you know, just do it as sterilely and as cleanly as possible.
I probably do it way too much because I put a fresh one on. About 20 minutes later, I'm just like, okay, let me put a new one on. Just
See, but
that's
you gotta,
just me.
I know, but you got to kind of watch that too because that bandage is actually keeping other germs out as well.
Right.
So, like every time you expose it to air, you're opening yourself up for infection as well.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Stop doing that.
So yeah, I mean, unless it really needs it because it's saturated or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
It's definitely better if you don't because, like I said, that's another barrier to keep everything away.
Okay.
So.
Well, I would definitely stop doing that. Well, my husband tried to warn me, but I was just like, I just think I need to change it.
Well, I'm one of those people that I'm very OCD. Like, I have a Band-Aid on and like the edge starts peeling up and it makes me crazy.
Yeah.
So I understand, but again, it is, you know, especially with an abdominal surgery and that, you definitely want to.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything to mess anything up, so yeah.
So, another thing is exercise. The stronger you are going into surgery, the better. Like I said, you seem pretty fit, and you said you eat like
now. Yeah, I'm actually before I had cancer, I was weighing over 200 some pounds, and throughout this whole process, I've lost 30 pounds.
Well, unfortunately, it's probably not exactly the way you want it. But
and, I mean, I'm not upset because I mean, I was like trying to exercise too before I found out, but I'm just like, you know what? I'll just stay this size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just I mean, and you know, like I said, I know your surgery's coming very quickly, so you don't have a whole lot of time to prepare.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not saying go out and start whole new routines.
Yeah.
But even, you know, it's everything. It's before surgery. It's after surgery. There's new concepts coming out about doing prehabilitation.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about the rehabilitation. That's where everybody focuses. You know, it's aftercare. It's like, well, what about getting ready for it? You know, it's a stressful event.
Yeah. I was able to with the first surgery, but like you said, I mean, this one came on so fast, so it's kind of like I'm still trying to figure out, you know, who's going to pick daughter up for basketball practice and doing laundry, and you just,
Well, the biggest thing is you got to worry about you right now.
It is.
Everything
That's
else
what
will
my
fall
husband
into
keeps
place.
telling me. He's like, I got it. I had it the first
sounds
time.
like
I got it. Yeah.
You got a pretty great support system.
I do.
So. So yeah, so basically, like we talked about, the infections are very preventable and expensive. They can cause added pain and discomfort and extra long stays, and we don't want any of that for you. And then just the eating healthy and exercising, and you know, especially at this point, like I said, we're a little behind the ball right now because you know it did come on so quick. But you know, getting up and moving, it's gonna make the world of difference. Even though it hurts, it's worth it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad the first time when I had the major surgery and I had to walk. Like I felt like I walked pretty good. They were pretty proud of me moving around. I actually wanted to keep walking. So even though they told me to sit down, I'm like, let's do it again.
So, get me out of here. I know where you're going with that. So again, I mean, the big thing is make sure you ask questions. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask any of us.
Okay.
Fortunately, I'm actually off tomorrow, so I will not see you tomorrow.
Aww.
But you're in capable hands. Like I said, we have a great team back there.
Oh, definitely. I love the nurses here. They are so sweet.
Yeah. I'm actually a travel nurse, so I do contracts.
Yeah.
And I've re-signed twice, and I'm kind of they're pushing me to stay for a little bit longer, and
this is a really good hospital.
I love it here.
Yeah, it's a really good hospital.
Everybody's great.
It is. It's like not a friendly person that I've met everybody that's just so friendly.
Yeah.
Everybody's so friendly. Yeah, and I love it.
All right. Well, any questions?
No, you've been very helpful though. You did teach me about the dresses, about changing it constantly, so that I did learn something.
So tell me, what is a surgical site infection?
It is actually a site where if you see if it turns red or it's tender, or if it starts to spread in a different spot, then you need to alert someone or go to the emergency room.
Good job. Yeah. All right. And then what about? There we go. Let's go back to the beginning. I won't let you cheat.
Okay.
And then tell me 2 ways that you can help prevent them.
Well, 2 ways you can help prevent them. Let's see. 1, just make sure you're changing your bandage, or make sure you're taking care of it properly. 2nd, just let's see, make sure if it does start to look that way, you can just alert someone or let somebody know. And I could be missing something else, but I
guess they're just eating healthy, keeping your hands clean.
Yeah, hygiene,
hand wash.
That's all I kept thinking. It was like, just keep your hands clean, keep it so clean.
Hey, that's a great story, because a lot of infection, that's where it comes from.
Yeah,
it's right here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I thank you. I'll go grab her.
I hope I did all right.
You did fine.
Okay.
Hey, I'm the one being great, not you. I'm gonna turn this off just so I don't end up.